With Own Every Word, you can own every word in the metaverse.
Hammy Ground.
Dunkles. Oppo Time Snack.
And every word is a one of one. And do we have a roadmap and utility? You bet your ass. Have you read it all yet? Okay. Own Every Word. It's another NFT project.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Own Every Word, the game show, where the word heard submits answers to fill-in-the-blank statements, and our panel debates which is the best answer, so the person that submitted can earn incredible NFT prizes. I'm your host, Matt Harris, and I'm here with a terrific group of panelists who will each write down which they think is the best fit, argue their point vehemently, and from the words they choose, they'll come to a consensus willingly or unwillingly. We are here every Wednesday at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. So please join us to see who in the word heard has submitted the answers that our panelists feel are the most worthy. And with that, let's meet our panel. Yes, hello, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. Let's meet you one by one. First up, she is the former host of The Nightcap with Stacy Rumaker and a writer and producer for Own Every Word. It's Stacy Rumaker, everybody.
Yeah. Hi.
Stacy, hi.
Hi, Matt. Hi, everyone at home. How are you?
I am well. I'm going to go ahead and answer on behalf of everybody at home. I am well. And since this is a game show about words, let's jump right into the word mind space here. And I'm going to ask you, Stacy, what one word do you think you use more often than the average person?
I notice my toddler mimics me, which makes you realize words that you say a lot. Apparently, I say, so cute.
I love that.
A lot.
Aww.
So I think cute.
Yes, I love that. That is absolutely so cute. Thank you for being here.
That's me in a nutshell.
As viewers, word heard, as you will come to know. For our next guest, you've seen her on American Horror Story and Conan. You've heard her on the Venture Brothers. And if you're lucky, you caught her live with people like Paul F. Tompkins and Mark Evan Jackson in the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Say hello to Annie Savage, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Annie,
Shucks.
thank you for being here, Annie. How are you?
My pleasure. I'm doing well. Doing all right. I got my kid out on a FaceTime call while I'm doing this.
Yes. This is
Always juggling.
Same with me. I don't know where she is. She's somewhere around. I just let her have free reign because that way she'll learn. So
They have to fail on their own, you know.
You get me. You get it. And speaking of this, so being a parent, as I'm gleaning right now, and this is a show about words. What word right now best describes your life?
Chaos?
Oh.
Although my daughter, when she was reading it, she's 7, she read that word, and I said, I was reading it in a book, and I said chaos, and she goes, "Oh, is that how you say it? I was gonna say chouse." And I go, you know what? It looks like chouse. I don't blame you.
I would accept it. I would absolutely accept
So
it.
now
Yes.
start saying chouse.
Chouse. Like it is absolute chouse in here.
It is chouse city.
That's awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, you've seen him on shows such as The Middle, Jimmy Kimmel Live, and Abbott Elementary, and you've seen him on this very show, Own Every Word. Please, everybody, welcome back Tommy Bechtold. Tommy.
Hi,
What's
Matt.
up, man?
Great to be back on Own Every Word. I have barely slept since the last time I was on the show. I've been so excited about returning.
You look great, actually,
Thanks.
for not
Thanks.
getting any sleep. You shine, Tommy.
I drink a lot of water.
That's the secret, everybody. Drink water, stay hydrated, don't ever sleep. So, you know what? Speaking of water, let's think of being surrounded by water. If you were on a desert island, what one word would you bring with you?
On my desert island, I would bring the word help. The word help.
Yep.
Help
I can't.
me.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That is all of those are wonderful answers. This lets me know that I have a worthy panel. And with that, let's get into this game.
Woo!
Now, during each month on Own Every Word, the game show, we build our questions around a theme. And since June is the time for proms and graduations and commemorations of someone being Queen of England for 70 years, our theme this month is classy celebrations. Pinkies up in the air. So each fill in the blank is based around that theme. And with that, round one has begun. And here is the first fill in the blank prompt. Aha. So my mom wants me to throw a big graduation party, but all I want to do is blank. Let's see what the word heard has submitted. My mom wants to throw me a big graduation party, but all I want to do is wrestle. All I want to do is Easter. All I want to do is isometrics. All I want to do is chin up. All I want to do is sidestep. All I want to do is cleanse. All I want to do is extreme power walking. All I want to do is spoon. All I want to do is karate riot. Or all I want to do is hike. Panelists, write down which answer jumps out at you first. Don't think about it. Just get it down on your slice. Word heard, I am going to go ahead and give you a tip of my cap because I am loving where we are starting off. Actually, I would do all of these things for any party. Graduation, wedding, funeral, you name it. Any of these activities are on the table. All right. And with that, okay, I'm seeing some eyes up. And as your proctor, I am going to start calling you out now. That is time, everybody. I'm going to start my way from what I'm seeing is the top down. Stacy Rumaker, let's start with you. What did you pick and why?
I went with spoon, Matt. And let me tell you why. Okay, because my love language is physical touch. So if you give me the option to spoon, I don't care where I am. I'm going to do it.
Big or little?
Also, big or I'll be the little spoon.
Okay.
Okay, I'm traditional. Also, spoon makes me think of ice cream, which I enjoy very much. And what is a graduation party without ice cream?
That's a great point.
None that I'd want to go to.
That's a great point.
None that I would want to go to. All right. Well, that's a great point. That's a great argument. Annie, what jumped out at you?
Oh, there's a lot of good ones here for sure. Because wrestle was a lot of fun. But if I'm talking about me, what I would rather do is cleanse. Because you go, you're graduating from something. So that means you worked hard for a long time for it. And I think the last thing you want to do is indulge in more of it. So I would just cleanse all of that out of me and be like, I'm done. That's my past. And now I move to the future.
So just to clarify, you're almost like a spiritual cleanse.
It's a spiritual cleanse.
Not like the
Not
cayenne
just a juice
pepper
cleanse.
in the lemon water and all that. Yeah, okay.
I mean, a little bit of both, but, cleanse in general, yes.
Okay, all right. I like that. Spoon, cleanse. Now, Tommy Bechtold, you're a deep thinker of things, so I'm very interested to see what you came up with.
God, there was again so many great answers. My love language is criminal defense. I will defend in the court of law anyone that I love. But what I thought about graduation for me, high school was a time of chastity, a time of great. It was a time of focusing on Christ and keeping your hands in your pockets. And all I wanted to do was just a little bit of spooning.
Well.
Because sometimes when you spoon, you get to fork.
Well,
as they say. So,
and sometimes you get knifed.
That's right. And that's where my love language comes in. If you've been knifed or if you knife someone,
You
will
will
defend
criminally
you.
defend.
Then yeah, criminal defense. It's full
That's right.
circle.
It's and we've only just begun. So with that, those are all fantastic choices, fantastic arguments. So here's what I'd like you to do. Now that you've heard everything that every panelist has to say, I want everybody to write down your final answer. What are you going to do? Are you swayed by something that someone said? Are you going to stick to your guns and keep it the way you are? Write down your final answer. And while you're doing that, we're going to go check in with Sam Proof and see what the word herd is saying about this round.
All right, starting it off, Callie Malali says, wow, lots of funny ones. True story.
Absolutely.
J.K. Palms says, this is clearly Karate Riot because it's a real thing.
Well, if you saw
The more
Cobra
you know.
Kai season 2,
Yeah.
then you would know karate riots are a thing in the valley.
Moonraven says, hashtag mom parties. Hashtag pass me some wine. Callie Malali finally comes in with a decision, though, after declaring that everything is funny. I don't know why, but I think Karate Riot is the funniest. There you go. The Shiba Dog, clearly a Tick fan, and I'm going to get more meta throughout the evening. Spoon! Moonraven, welcome back, says wrestling always ends up in spooning, so I'm pretty sure that that just cancels out wrestling. That's gone. We can't pick it. I think that's probably a legit rule. And Spin to Turtle says, I don't know, extreme power walking kind of makes you think, how does power walking get more extreme than throwing a hip out? Which sounds like a Karate Riot to me. I don't know. But let's see if you can't throw out a consensus. Back to the game.
Oh, nice.
Seamless as ever with those transitions. So here we are back with the panel at round 1, and let's see what your final answers were. Let's start with you, Stacy. Where did you land?
Listen, I'm gonna stick with spoon.
Okay.
And just one more argument for spoon, you guys. I drew a spoon instead of writing a different answer, and it reminds me of my grandmother's wooden spoon, which it gives me good feelings, you guys. So if you vote against spoon, you're voting against Nanny, you guys.
Yeah.
That's a way to make it compelling and guilty right off the bat. Round 1, folks. All right, Annie. So you've heard that. You've heard the compelling argument. You've heard about Stacy's grandmother. So what do you have down for your final answer?
Well, I thought about it. My love language is just pleasing everyone. So I went with spoon. And it does make sense. That's a good argument that the wrestling leads to spooning, and wrestle was one of my first, thoughts. So I don't disagree with the spoon.
There's a hive mind afoot. Let's take it to Tommy B. Were you swayed? Did you stick to your guns?
I mean, I certainly had to think long and hard about this, but at the end of the day, I stuck with spoon.
And look at that. A consensus has been reached right away. Round 1, thanks to love languages and guilt and people pleasing. We have a winner. That winner is Spoon. Congratulations to Moonraven. Moonraven.
Congratulations, Moonraven.
Starting to clean it up there. Spoon, look for your official, unofficial NFT prize to be coming your way. And we are on to round 2, just like that. Round 2, let's see what our prompt is. I can't believe I got invited to this wedding. After all, I've seen the groom blank.
Whoa.
Oh, this is already making all of us feel uncomfortable. Let's see what the word herd submitted. I can't believe I got invited to this wedding. After all, I've seen the groom bent. I've seen the groom gargle. I've seen the groom reclaims rash fevers. I've seen the groom ferocious. I've seen the groom unearthly.
Wow.
I've seen the groom shadowbox.
Hey.
I've seen the groom worm.
Whoa.
I've seen the groom debased. I've seen the groom bloodthirsty. I've seen the groom super saturated. Those are your choices. You really have your work cut out for you. The word herd did not come to play games today. They came to take names. They came to play for big stakes, because these are you guys are bringing gold if I can say so, word heard. You put your foot in it this time. All right, the panelists are hard at work. Oh, man. See, I've been to quite a few weddings. The worst of which, you know, you're at a wedding that probably has that has some family history when after everybody's speech, the groom picks up the microphone and his first words are, "In my defense," and that literally happened to a wedding that I went to.
Yes.
Literally happened at a wedding that I went to.
Yes.
All
People
right.
invite you to weddings? Oh.
And with that, let's see what our illustrious panelists have decided. I'm going to start down one from my row. And Annie, let's start with you.
Okay, I can't believe I got invited to this wedding. After all, I've seen the groom unearthly.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Because Bloodthirsty was also good and in this realm for me because I thought, oh, like he's a vampire. You can't marry a vampire.
Ooh.
No.
You can't.
Unless you take that vow, right? Unless you take that. Wasn't that like
unless you are married and then they turn into a vampire, then you're still married to a vampire.
I
see. You can't marry one.
Well, I think that was the 5th movie of Twilight. I don't know. It was one of them where there was a wedding. I don't know.
It was a wedding.
There's a lot of people get married in that world, guys. It's so complicated.
But I love it. Unearthly. Well, Tommy, let's go on to you. What do you? You seem to know a lot about the world of marriage. So break it down for us.
I've been to a lot of weddings, Matt, and a lot of times it's been the groom. I've known the groom, and I've seen them at their worst. So a lot of these nasty words didn't faze me. Debased? Yeah. Most of the grooms whose weddings I've been in or seen, I've seen them debased. I've seen them super saturated. I've seen them shadow box. I've seen them worm. I've seen them ferocious. I've seen them proclaims rash fevers. The one thing I ain't never seen a groom who invited me to their wedding was gargle. I've never seen a groom gargle.
Ooh. I like that. Just for the sheer uniqueness of it. Yeah. Just for the sheer
What are they gargling, Matt? I can think of a few things that would be embarrassing, but I can think of a few things that'd be practical. So I don't know if it's a healthy gargle or a sexy gargle.
Well, and either way, it's intimate.
Right.
All right.
Gargling is very intimate, no matter what you do. Yeah.
That is life partner type stuff. All right. So we've got unearthly. We've got gargle. Stacy Rumaker. What do you got?
Oh, man, I hate to throw a third one in the mix, but I'm going to do it.
Worm.
I took it as doing the worm.
Yes.
And I feel like very few people can pull off a good worm. Very few.
Yeah.
Okay. And so with that rationale, somebody who could pull off a good worm would be extraordinarily cool. Hence you not being able to believe that you got invited to that wedding. Is that the way that you mean that?
No.
Like they did.
Then I have
really
completely put words in your mouth.
A bad worm. They were bad at the worm.
A bad worm.
Oh, they did a bad worm.
Like they floundered the worm on the dance floor.
And they showed it to me, and I saw them, and they still invited me to the wedding, even though the whole time I was like, "Oof." When he did that worm.
No, Stacy Rumaker is very, very sweet, but one thing she is not is a liar. She'll let you know. All right, so with that, we got a lot of compelling arguments right here. So you've heard 3 different ideas. Find that hive mind, write down your final answer, and we're going to go over to Sam Proof, check in with the word heard.
All right. Starting us off, Mr. Dude Wants Blood.
Whoa.
Just came for violence.
Yeah.
Moonraven says, I want to see the groom worm on with you, Stacy. Spinda Turtle said, bloodthirsty is decent, but when you've seen someone bent. Yeah. It's true. Moonraven comes back with Annie's taking it to the next level. I knew what this was in reference to when I originally selected this, and I no longer remember. I apologize to everyone. Chimex says, super saturated is underrated. Fair enough. And Boogie's back says, well, I don't see my word, so I don't know what to do. It's never happened before. Boogie, I hear this happens to every man once or twice. It's not me, but, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
And
that's
maybe we
right.
can get a consensus for you. All right, here we go. Back to the game.
Absolutely. So, illustrious panelists, you have had the time. You have heard what the word herd has said, and you've heard the arguments of each other. So, Annie, let's start back with you. What is your final answer here?
Final answer. Worm.
Wow.
I got it because I was actually thinking that a little bit what Stacy was going for, and then she said it, and I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, it was already in my head, so.
So great minds think alike on that one. Worm is where you were swayed, is where you felt it. Tommy, what about you? What did you feel?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was really shook by some of the answers that we got by our panel. And, I thought about what I had said. Now, back when I was in high school, people used to pimp me out to do the worm for on the dance floor. And I have to say I was pretty good at it. Never any complaints. Let's put it that way. And but I was moved by Annie's remarks, and I actually switched over to unearthly. I went to unearthly. Hey, listen, I'm not someone who's against change. I can grow. I can evolve.
Mm-hmm. No, that was never up for question, ever up for question. All right. What you are is open, and I'm going to open it up to Stacy here. So what did you think? Okay, were you swayed somewhere? Did you stick to your guns?
Let me say, I was very swayed by Annie, and I switched to
Wow.
Whoa.
This is a rare, we call this an inside out, right?
That is what that is. I honestly do not.
I call it inside out something else, but I don't think we can talk about it here.
Yeah, you got to go to Canada to see an inside out for money. But
wow.
I don't think that this has happened on this show before. So here's what we got, panel. All right. What we have is that there was a lot of swaying going on. I feel like you're still of the mind. You have 60 seconds now to come to a consensus. 60 seconds.
Annie, come back to the tribe.
Oh my goodness.
Hey!
She came back. She came back, everybody. That I'm going to go ahead and say this. I probably said something like this before, but I'm going to say that was the quickest consensus that I've seen come to when it came down to opposing views. So unearthly is our winner.
Yes, well deserved. Well
Congratulations
deserved.
to, let me try this, to Picky Poika.
Ooh.
Picky
Poika.
Poika. Picky Poika.
Picky Polka.
Congratulations to you. There it is. There's Picky Poika. If I am saying that wrong, then give me credit. Please look out for your official, unofficial, sweet NFT prize coming to you. It was so close, worm to unearthly, but really we have unearthed that worm, and unearthly is the one who won. And with that, we are on to round 3.
Oh my God.
Let's see. I know we are burning up in here today, and here's what we have for round 3. The only way I'll have a platinum jubilee like Queen Elizabeth is if they celebrate the years I've spent blank. Let's see what the word herd submits. The only way that I'll have a platinum jubilee like Queen Elizabeth is if they celebrate the years I've spent walking, the years I've spent renovating, the years I've spent bought, the years I've spent loose, the years I've spent every day recruiting, the years I've spent overheated, the years I've spent joyless, the years I've spent beat, the years I've spent unconscious, or the years I've spent slosh.
Wow. Great.
I will say, please go ahead, panelists, write down. I can say right off the bat that I've spent many years doing almost all of these.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, and this is more of a reflection on me, not whoever submitted this, not a lot of years renovating.
No.
All right. I live in Los Angeles. I am a renter, and not a lot of renovating going on here, but I would have loved to.
Yeah.
Had I been a homeowner, I can see it have gone that way.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm seeing eyes up. I'm seeing hearts of fire. Tommy, you know I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
What have you decided?
Matt, like you, so many of these words applied. I mean, if we're taking these from the first person point of view, I for a while I was going to put sloshed. I'm not going to lie to you. It's no secret. Stacy knows me. Matt knows me. I've been known to drink. I've had better years. I've had worse years. Some of those years have led me being joyless. Certainly overheated. Definitely beat, undeniably unconscious. I've spent every day recruiting people to drink with me. A Wednesday night at the pub, sure, I've sent out some text messages. I've been bought and sold. I've done some renovating of my soul. There are times where my car has been towed or I'm too drunk to drive, so I'm walking. But at the end of the day, only one word describes me, and that's loose, baby.
Yes.
There it is.
There
Loose
it is.
as a goose.
What a journey.
Goose. And that's what Tommy's going to take you on. He is going to take you on a fantastic voyage, and he's going to keep it loose.
Flippity slide.
Okay. He is going to do what? Hang loose. And with that, Stacy, now I'm going to bring it over to you. Where did you fall with this?
You know, I'm a student of improv, Matt, as some of you may know. And they always say, don't overthink it. Some people would even say, don't think at all.
Don't think.
Okay. So I went with my first choice.
Sloshed.
Yes.
Nice.
Respect on the D falling off at the end of sloshed. All right. It paints a picture. And I mean, you know, the nightcap with Stacy Rumaker.
I mean, at least once a month. Those are for 3 years. Those are times I'll never get back. So yeah, sloshed.
Say it, girl. Okay.
Stoned off my rocker wasn't one of the options, so I went with sloshed.
Oh man. All right. So Annie, you've heard, and what is your contribution to this panel?
I have a different one than those two. And I wasn't really thinking so much of what I personally would say, but sort of in the vein of like improv, it would be, what would you hear the layman say, I suppose. And so I would say if they, I would have a celebration like that if they celebrate the years I've spent renovating.
Oh, see, that one's for the streets. Yes.
Yeah, it's just so there's so many like renovation shows, and as an LA renter, it is highly unattainable, but very entertaining. So I just felt like, I just felt like one of those Midwest ladies of like, if I had a thing, and then gaga goo goo and.
I love that character.
Renovating.
I want to see more of her. I think that I think that character and Stacy's character would host a show, and then Tommy's got to be the guy that he's the guy on the side that you
call the cops on.
Yeah, well, sure.
Oh,
he's not supposed to be
the guy on the side.
I love it. See, we have conflict.
Man on the side action.
Those are all compelling. Those are all. You have some that are deeply personal. You have some that just came up. You have some that are aspirational. So take those deep into your minds and hearts and souls. Write down what your final answer is, because I'm looking. The comments are popping off. The word herd is going crazy. Let's check in with Sam Proof. What are they saying?
All right. It looks like Moonraven's been having one of those days for several years. Joyless and sloshed, right in my life story. Chimex says joyless, just like my my childhood. Yeah, looks like it's getting real down in here. Mr. Dude bringing us up loosey goosey style.
Yes.
Glow Creature, just letting us know it's a great selection. So that all goes out to Mike Hughes. Let him know.
Right.
Sing his praises. Moonraven says Tommy is my soul brother.
Yes.
And it's story time. It's story time in here. J.K. Palm says this is obviously overheated. Listen. The main character in the sentence is an old car on a road trip through the West.
Oh.
Old cars overheat, and old things get platinum jubilees.
Wow.
Man,
poetry.
That is compelling. Almost as compelling as the Sheba dog. Who doesn't want to get sloshed? It's actually who doesn't want to be sloshed. My bad. But who doesn't want a consensus back at the game?
All right. So we are back. Look, these I don't envy you. These are, you got to go deep into your soul here. We're doing Meisner work, people. And so with that, Tommy, I'm going to start back with you. Where did you land on this?
You know, I try to be a man of the people. You know, I try to be someone that works with others and doesn't doesn't deal with rugged individualism. You know, I speak softly and I carry a big stick, but
Amen.
I at the end of the day, I just felt like loose encompasses all of these words. Like loose could mean slosh. Who could forget the song "Who Brought the Hooch" from 2003 or whatever that was? It's all about getting loose off alcohol, guys. You know, but maybe get loose off of Jay. Maybe get loose off of Jesus Christ. I don't know. People get loose off Some people surf. You know, some people carve things. Some people paint rocks. It doesn't matter how you get loose. It's just important that you do loosen up.
Just release. Just release. Loose. That's going to be the new summer theme, everybody. Just get loose. All right. So with that, Stacy of the Rumakers, I'm going to go to you. Where this is a lot. Where did you fall on this?
Listen, I got to say that I had something else written down.
Okay.
But then Mr. Bechtold had a little speech.
Wow.
And I don't always take Tommy's advice. I don't always agree with him on many things.
That's good. That's probably healthy.
Okay. But on this, he had me. And I do. I think loose encompasses all of those concepts. I even did like a Laverne L.
Yes, he did. We are building. He gave the Rudy at halftime speech, and it was having an effect, at least on stage. Yep, who starts the slow clap. No pressure there, but
everybody put your jerseys.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Just hold.
Annie Savage love.
Nothing. I'm not doing anything. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
That's why we call her Savage.
All right.
Oh, what? I said
Whoa!
In a complete surprise twist that we did not see coming. Here comes and you know what? Just I mean, whatever could have brought you around to that conclusion.
We may never know.
That's very true.
You know, I was prepped. I was prepped for this, and then between the original, you know, with Stacy who suggested it, her argument along with Tommy's, you know, clarity on this wording. Sloshed is loose, and loose is probably more fun and easy and open.
That's
I feel like you and I are on the same page, Annie.
We got it.
There it is.
Are you a Libra?
I'm a Leo.
Oh.
It starts with L.
Okay, that's what it is.
The scales
I know
of
nothing about
justice
astrology.
There we go. Yes, I know. I was like, I was going to pretend like I knew what it meant, but starts with an L is about where I would go.
What time were you guys all born? Just a quick chart.
In the AM. So we're going to move on.
Oh, wow. That's very good.
To round 4, everybody. Oh, yes, before I say congratulations to one the number, just like the number 1.
Wow.
Our winner, of course, is loose. I got a little bit loose with the format here. See, Tommy's getting in my head, too. What happened? This was the day that Tommy Bechtold came and did a little inception on Own Every Word, but congratulations to one. NFT prize is coming your way, and we're moving on to round 4. Okay, Matt, you can get this back in control. All right. Although once Tommy is in here, he's in here. It's like Poison Ivy from Batman. You just want more. So let's see what we have for round 4. This is the fanciest cocktail I've ever had.
Ooh.
They make it with blank and blank, and this is because round 4 is our twofer round, where each person that submitted was able to submit 2 words, so we will be picking the 2 as a pair. Let's see what they submitted. This is the fanciest cocktail I've ever had. They make it with jeers and briquettes. They make it with newscasters and plonk. They make it with stimulus and dumbbells. They make it with football and Sandman. They make it with Kraft and Cabernet Sauvignon. They make it with punch and licks. They make it with oars and haulage. They make it with Bigfoot and palm. They make it with maple and shortbread. They make it with toffee and babka. So, just as a reminder to those of you on our panel, these words do come as pairs. There is no mixing and matching. They only come as the words next to each other. So if you pick one, you got to pick its neighbor right directly to the side of it. And with that, some of these drinks I actually do want to try. Some of these sound like they could be delicious. Some of them sound like they could be a trip to either the hospital or, at the very least, a great drinking story. And so with that, let me scramble up the order a little bit here and surprise you all. Annie, let's start with you.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's some good ones. I really was drawn to the ones that sounded like fake high class.
Okay. Yeah.
So in that regard, I'm gonna get loose with a cocktail made of jeers and briquettes.
Ooh.
I like it. That's spicy right there. That is spicy in both ways. Spicy like
Smoky,
jeers.
smoky.
You get nothing. And briquettes, that's fire all the way around. I love it. So let's go over to Stacy. What do you got?
This was a tough one, and I can be swayed, you guys. I don't hold strong in this defense, but I'm going to say toffee and babka.
Wow.
That
Only
sounds good.
because if I see babka, I'm going to pick babka.
What is babka? Actually, I don't know.
You got to show up early to get the babka, otherwise it'll be sold out.
Or you're going to get the cinnamon instead of the chocolate.
Right. You don't want the cinnamon babka.
Oh, so babka's like a pastry?
I think it's like a cake.
It's like a flaky pastry. It's
I know,
kind of like a bread, like Annie said. You've never seen Seinfeld, Matt Harris?
The Brooklyn babka.
Okay.
The babka.
Maybe that's why I think I know it. All right. Toffee and babka sounds delicious. Would I drink it? Yes, I would. And with that, Tommy.
Matt, let's stop messing around, okay?
Nice.
Picture it's Christmas Eve. You and I are on a mission north of the border.
As we would be.
Snowmobiling, trying to take out an enemy of the United States, a Canadian threat. We're hauling ass on our snowmobiles when all of a sudden what they call a nor'easter comes in and we get snowed in. We're forced to take refuge in a hunting cabin of a man who's not there. We look around trying to make the best of this unconventional Christmas Eve. There's a bottle of vodka, sure, but the things we have to mix it with are holiday themed, but not necessarily what you'd think for a cocktail. Yet something so simple has become something so fancy because tonight on this Christmas Eve is born the Toffee and Babka vodka cocktail.
You know what? Don't say this too loud because I swear with all their variations, we're going to see a billboard for Smirnoff Toffee and Babka vodka tomorrow. I'm sure they are watching Own Every Word. Believe it.
There are bots listening right now, ready to make these.
One of them just went Eureka, and then what's going to be on the market tomorrow because they all speak an old Californian gold miner terminology. And you took us on a story. All of you gave us a compelling idea and journey. So you write down your final answer. And while you're doing that, Sam Proof, what does the word herd think about fancy cocktails?
All right. J.K. Palm says this is clearly punch and licks.
Clearly.
Fast start on that one. So to reap also punch and licks. I have nothing. I think you guys need therapy, and it's going to be okay. The safe word is craft. Glow Creature says craft, and I can't even. Cabernet. There you go. Easy peasy. Whatever. No. Irish, clearly already sloshed, says oars and haulage sounds tasty.
Yeah. It sounds like a tribute band to Hall & Oates, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, oars and haulage.
Oars and haulage.
She's a wealthy girl. Yeah, she's really wealthy. And she is kind of love brag.
Exactly.
Snickers says a toffee and babka brings coffee and vodka to mind. I'm all for that. If anyone can send me the subscription box of that, I'm down.
Breakfast of Champions.
Yes.
And let's take it back to our panelists to get a consensus.
Yes, panelists, you are not stuck with an easy job here. The word herd is making you work for it tonight. Annie Savage, let's start with you, okay? This time they're going to have to go off of you. You influence people. What do you have?
That's the first. Let's see. This was tough. It was tough, but I mean, honestly, if I'm thinking that I really want to have a yummy cocktail, the fanciest, I would probably take some toffee and babka.
Toffee and babka. And Stacy, you said you could be swayed. You said you could because you weren't married to it. But I mean, did anything change your mind? Did you stay with it? Where did you fall on that?
Once Tommy was on board with it, Annie, again.
Yeah.
Toffee and babka still in there.
Yep.
That's a 1. That's a 2. Tommy B.
Matt, there we are finishing up Garfield's Christmas in the cabin that we have absconded to and taken over when
I'm glad he has streaming. I'm glad the guy has streaming.
At the door, it's Claudio LaFontaine, the very man we've come to stop. He's got the nukes, and they're pointed from Saskatchewan all the way down to Buffalo, New York, and we've got to stop him. You'll never stop me, Americans, he says. And we say, no, we can't stop you, but we can offer you a toffee and babka cocktail.
Boom!
And just like that, the attack is thwarted and peace is restored to North America. United States and Canada, once again, holding hands in brotherhood and sisterhood, the way it should be.
Is Saskatchewan a French-speaking?
Not at all, I don't think. Not to my knowledge.
But I see it fading out
Claudio
because
LaFontaine is.
At that moment,
He's from Montreal.
At that moment, we see the Northern Lights, and that's where they fade into the song that plays us out. And it's a great Christmas holiday song because Toffee and Babka is our winner.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Beatrix. Congratulations to you. You have struck at our hearts with something that is both fancy, that we think would be yummy, and that has spawned a international spy nuke-stopping adventure that I was very happy to be a part of. Stars, that sounds like it's right up your alley, and you have your 2 stars right here, okay? The pitch has been laid. The ball is in your court. And with that, we are going on to our final round.
Whoa.
What a journey.
Be the final round. This is flying by.
That's what I'm saying. We have already ended up at our final round. Now, this one is for gold and special edition cars. So your chances of winning are greatly increased. Let's see what we have here for our final round. The Oscars are really shaking things up next year. They're adding a category for best blank. Let's see what the word herd has submitted. Oh boy. The Oscars are really shaking things up next year. They're adding a category for best antidepressant, a category for best dumpster fire, a category for best crowd, a category for best fingernails, a category for best French kiss, a category for best riot, a category for best jelly donut, a category for best sound system, a category for best big boy, or a category for best aggression. Woo! All of these things belong on a game show. I will tell you that. Best French kiss, you know what? I think MTV already had that one covered, but if the Academy were the one to jump on that, hey now. This is just my takes on this, people, because there are, takes on this all over. Sound system, you know what? Especially back in the 80s, I know some people that could have given him a run. Could have given him a run for that. I know a whole bunch of people who would have at least been Academy Award nominated for best sound system. Rest in peace, Radio Raheem, the fictional character from Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. And with that, I'm going to end the way I started. Stacy Rumaker, let's start with you.
You know what? There's a lot of good ones here. But I have to say, one stuck out, and it always makes me think of Burbank and of burgers and Big Boy.
I knew it. I felt it. Best Big Boy. Oh, and it sounds like something too. Like I feel like that category existed amongst me and my cousins when we were all little. Like, who's the best big boy? Who's the best big boy?
That's how I get on my dates. I just go into a bar and
who's the best big boy?
Come here, Mama, want some?
Oh man, I would love to be in that bar just to see that go down. With that, Annie Savage,
Mhm.
what do you want to see at this Academy Awards next year?
Again, it's a tough. There's some really great ones I would love to see at the Academy Awards, but the one that really captured my soul was Best Crowd.
Right?
Mm.
Because you haven't been humbled as an actor until you've worked as an extra.
Mhm.
You know,
Hey, okay.
yeah, it's a lot of 4 people at the same time going to each other, and I would love to see that honored. I think that would be a beautiful thing.
Say it. We got to give it up to the crowd, and it would also have a little twist of irony because the crowd at the Oscars itself never any good. Like the hosts are up there, they're just slinging everything they got. The crowd's giving them nothing. It's usually giving them nothing. So yeah, how would you like it? How would you like a little judgment amongst yourselves?
They would not be
maybe
nominated. Yeah,
that's my projection that's going out there. But let me stop projecting and let's see what Tommy Bechtold has to add to this.
Well, as the 38-time winner of Maggie Bechtold's Best Little Big Boy Award, I can say it is quite an honor. And boy, do I wish that the Oscars would recognize us. But let's be very honest right now. Nobody at the Oscars is more proud of the Oscars than the crowd at the Oscars. They're in love with themselves. We love an award ceremony where we can reward ourselves for bringing the gift of ourselves to ourselves. So I said, crowd.
There you go.
If they could all get a statue, they would. If every single one of them could give themselves a little statue to kiss, they would do it.
Oh man. And then the show would literally just be one big long thanking thing and play everybody off.
I think they should be like graduation ceremonies where they just announce every famous person and give them an Oscar. And then we can just be done with it.
You do a little march.
Do it
you
one
made
year.
it.
Like, you feel famous enough to get an Oscar, you get one. And then we're done. Then we're not doing them anymore.
I love it. I love that. Okay, so compelling arguments. Here's what we're going to do. Final round, golden special editions. Put your last bit of thought into it, write it down or keep it the same. And we are going to check in one last time with the word heard and the wonderful Sam Proof to see what they are up to. What are they up to?
All right, I just want to say that I think going off Tommy's idea, they should make it a, excuse me, like a white elephant award party.
Yes.
So you can make your own award and giving to Brad Pitt. Tom Cruise has made a small golden baby child trophy.
Yes.
And you could steal if you want to. You get to steal.
Oh, yeah.
Meg Ryan has stolen Brad Pitt's sculpture from Tom Cruise, and Brad is not happy. Brad is furious. What's this? Tom Sizemore is giving a gram of heroin to someone. Oh, and he's stealing it back for himself.
All right. Soda Reef says dumpster fire sounds about right. Yeah, yes. Moonraven again. Every Oscar ceremony is a dumpster fire. # slap scene around the world. You get too soon? Maybe no, not really. Fork Gent taking another angle on this. Aggression. Winner is Will Smith.
Yeah, they've already had that category.
Callie Mullally sidling up here on crowd says, I think it should be crowd. They need to start handing out awards to the extras. It's like a mind meld here. And I have a feeling a majority of us may have been extras. So let me just tell you a little story about when I was an extra once on the Juke. So the best crowd would also be a dumpster fire. How dare you?
Blaspheme.
Blaspheme. Sheba Dog says lost. Here's a hard decision. I know. Thankfully, you and I don't have to make this decision. Goes back to the panelists. Let's see what they can do with all this.
Absolutely. And we are back. Woo! This has been a journey. This has been a trip. This has been a voyage. Let's bring this voyage home. Okay, Homer style. Stacy Rumaker, where did you land with this?
Okay. I'm a team player, and I definitely was swayed. Also, I made a cute little picture.
Aww.
Hey, is that the panel? Oh, wait, no.
No, I'm not that good, Matt. It's just a crowd.
All right.
I'm the girl with the pearl necklace.
Yes. I'm the bow tie guy.
What are you giving me the night off, Tommy?
Boom!
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild on that one. Annie Savage, where you at?
Stuck with crowd.
Booyah. Tommy B.
My new love language is knowing when to keep things short. Crowd.
Oh, I love it. Big ups to the background actors out there, okay? I've been one. I think all of us have had experience with being one. And without the background, honestly, the world is less believable, all right? There's no Avengers if they're saving a town that's empty, all right? There's got to be people running around in the background. So big ups to crowd. Absolutely congratulations to Moon Raven. Are you Moon Raven, the champion, coming back?
Crushing
Boom,
it.
boom, Moon Raven. You already know what to do. You have been on this side of things before, so please look out for your official, unofficial NFT prize coming your way. And ladies and gentlemen, word heard, that is our show. Wow. This has been a true journey. I am so happy to have been a part of it. Thank you to all of our panelists for being here, for making this so much fun. Thank you out there for watching Own Every Word, the game show. But before we go, Stacy Rumaker, where can the people find you?
Oh, please just find me on Twitter at Stacy Rumaker. That would be lovely. Thanks so much, Matt. This has been so much fun.
So much fun for me. Thank you for being here. Annie Savage, where can the people find you?
Mostly the Twitter and Instagram, I guess. Annie_Savage.
Hey now, and Mr. Tommy Bechtold.
Yes, you can find me every day at 3 p.m. on the New Rockstars YouTube channel for The Break Room. You can see me in Austin, Texas on July 2nd as part of the RTX Festival.
Hey.
Tickets on sale now.
All right. Yes. What a great panel. What a great show. Thank you all for watching. I've been Matt Harris. Make sure to find us on crypto.com/NFT to follow all of our drops. And if you want to play along right now, go to owneveryword.com and be sure to join us again every Wednesday, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.